extra precautions.
A weather event to go through the Pennsylvania.
Oh my goodness gracious me.
What's wrong there, buddy?
Mm. Broccoli. Broccoli is the problem. The exhaust port.
Oh yeah.
For the listeners out there, yes. Broccoli coming out the exhaust port.
It's the is it the small port just above the main port?
Yep.
God.
Mm-hmm.
It's only
Anyway.
2 meters.
It's not that big. Holy shit. 2 meters. That's like 6 feet. I would suggest I would suggest staying at least that distance away at the moment. Anyway.
Wow, that was a deep breath. Are you okay?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He's just holding still.
I'm just inhaling my own shit spores here. That's all.
Well, okay. Well, it's good to see you guys. I'm sorry I missed last week. Just kind of got caught up on, as we say, on assignment. So it's nice to be hanging out.
Well, it's good to see you, Gary.
Thanks, man.
It looks like everybody's weathered the storm except for Dave, who is on assignment, looking for a way to charge his phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucks. No fair.
Yeah, I thought about that too. Like, so I lost power today for 6 hours, and so I basically just cleaning up some stuff, breaking down boxes, things like that. Also, I slept weird last night, I think, because my back was really hurting me today, so I couldn't do much, which really sucked because it was nice to not have to work, but then when you're a little incapacitated, it kind of sucks because you can't do some other things that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I would have loved to have gone for a nice walk after the storm passed. But when the power goes out, you really have to start thinking about your modern life and things that you gotta be careful of conserving, like batteries. Like, there we go,
Batteries
in your phone. So it's like, I found a battery backup that I haven't charged in a couple months. Fortunately, it keeps a charge, but it's like, I want to play sniper games on my phone, but I can't. Stuff like that. I want to listen to music so I can whistle while I work, while I'm cleaning up, like, around here and stuff like that. I didn't clean up in here. I probably should have. But I had some old technology backed up. So I had my old Sansa. You guys remember ever have a Microsoft Sansa? No?
Nope.
No, it's an MP3 player. Pablo Cruz, "Love Will Find a Way" was on here. Yep. You guys know that song?
Yes.
Great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you guys have seen me try to sell this at NJCC.
I believe I have seen that on your shelves.
You know what this is? It's a football that has 2 speakers in it. Yeah.
Why?
So shout out to Sansas, which, if you don't use them, stay fully charged for 5 months, and headphone speakers. So I got to listen to music without having to go through the battery of my phone. And also too, when everyone's Wi-Fi is out and it's the middle of summer and everybody's home, the cell phone network takes a fucking dump. Like, I could barely log on to my electric company's app to check the status. But it's funny, as soon as the status changed to "we're here and we're figuring out what to do to fix it," fuck it, I started playing the sniper game. I was like, that's it. It should be fixed by the time this phone dies.
See, Brian,
Did
you should
they
just
make it?
you need to invest in a Switch and a Game Boy.
Well,
Or,
I do have a Game Boy.
I mean, what's the other one? The 3DS. DS.
Well, I have a
DS.
DS as well. You know, I could have played Ocarina of Time today,
See?
but I haven't seen that DS in a few months. It might
Dun,
be
dun, dun.
under all that stuff over there. Yeah. So I could have done that, I guess. But I really like the sniper game. I just like shooting motherfuckers. But anyway.
Shooting people.
And I don't know about the rest of you, but I keep a thermometer in my refrigerator and my freezer. And the refrigerator never dropped below 40, so all my food in there is perfectly good. And like when the power so look, this is just what I do, all right? So when the power goes out, I have 2 Brita pitchers in there. I take them out of the fridge, put them on the counter, and basically I can use those for making water to drink without having to go in and out of a fridge that's turned off, because you don't know how long it's going to be turned off.
That's true.
Yeah, so there you go. Usually I'll count change during a power outage, but I really just didn't feel like doing that today.
Well, in this day and age, apparently that would be a good thing to count your change, because there's apparently a shortage, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
Is that word on the street? So-
If I didn't freaking have to work all weekend all the damn time, I would. I've been meaning to call my bank and be like, I have $1,000 in change, and I want to bring it in as is, and I don't want to be charged for you to figure out how much it is. You know, I can have you watch a 4-hour-long YouTube video of me counting at least $475 of it to pay for a fucking Unicron I don't want. But so, or maybe they can give me like points, like extra, like, dude, if I give you $1,000 in coins, which you desperately need, will you give me, say, $1,200 back? You know, I'm providing a service to them. I don't know.
I don't know if it's going to work that way.
No.
It's wishful thinking. Yeah.
What is all your change currently stored in? Is it a chest? Is it an old, water cooler bottle?
It is
that
an
you
old water cooler bottle,
Okay, interesting.
which I took from my job long time
Well, get
ago.
rolls. I think you have to get rolls, right? Like
No, you just use
No,
the
you-
Coinstar machine now. They
Yeah.
just do it that way.
And
But then they charge. Those ones charge a fee.
They do. They charge you a percentage, but
Oh,
what's your time worth? It's gonna.
what's my time worth?
No, it's true.
Nothing. It's worth nothing. I don't have any time. I have all the time.
Are you guys seeing this? What's going on in the chat?
No, I don't see it.
So, all right, hold on a second. I mean, since we don't really have anything to talk about anyway. Chat Wingingham says, you guys know what the best hot dogs are? Bratwurst with mustard, with onions and... Well, bratwurst are not hot dogs. They're bratwurst. Or are they hot dogs? Am I wrong? Who knows?
I mean, they're the same shape. Kind of.
And then we have Rogor71. I like Polish sausage with chopped onions. Stop this. Onions.
He likes
Relish.
polishing sausage. Sorry, I had to.
All right. Brian, I think you're right. All this talk between ETR and you eating bread in a can, and now all of these people talking about sausages and hot dogs.
Look at this.
Wait.
What
Hot dogs wrapped in bacon, deep fried, and topped with cream cheese?
Everything. That no,
What the-
guys.
Where you come up with this shit?
People, let's do better than that kind of stuff. We can do better.
It's like
They
a
are
heart
not
attack.
hot dogs. Because the meat are different.
That last
No.
one would give me a heart attack.
God, stop.
No, a Roethlisberger would give you a heart attack.
Roethlisberger.
A
Can't help you guys.
Roethlisberger. So this place called the Underdog has this Roethlisberger, and it is a 1 pound patty with
It's a good start.
it's an over easy egg,
An over easy egg. Oh God. Okay.
and then it has a a hot dog. It has bacon. It has French fries. It has onion rings, and a whole bunch of other shit. It's fucking huge.
Jesus
Like
Christ!
you can't get your mouth around the thing.
You got me.
Fucking
You got me at onion rings, baby. I'm eating that shit.
I mean, this thing has whatever you can imagine on it, and it's it's pretty much like a garbage burger. You know, just anything from the kitchen.
What is he
Stuffed
like?
into the burger.
Brian's like, well,
That's funny.
I mean,
I think the best part of that was when Brian returned it back into the can. Is like, it's just wrong. It's just wrong.
Tyler's like, eat it like a corn on the cob. That shit is oh my goodness. All right. I went. Does anybody want to talk about their day or their weekend? Or
sure.
go for it.
Who's gonna start?
I thought you said sure.
Brian was already starting,
Yeah, no.
and then he stopped.
well, I'm done. I don't have any other power outage stories to tell.
Oh, okay.
I'll go. It's been a busy. I missed you guys last week. It's
Aw.
been a busy two weeks, week and a half. First of all, I hope everybody's being safe, depending on what the weather, what you can control. It's pretty crazy that anyone who ever listens to the show knew I used to live for 15 months, right down like I don't know, in southern Canada, up in Albany, and then
Southern Canada, eh?
moved to Florida in November. And luckily, the hurricane was on the East Coast and then went up north, right back to Albany. So, the fact that I left New York and
Dude, we didn't
avoided
know
it
that
is
you
one more
hated
reason.
it so much, Gary, that you sent the fucking hurricane.
Dude, I did not enjoy. I was very vocal about it.
Yeah.
But I've done a couple really Florida-like things. I think Brammer's in the chat. Did I talk about this when I was on 2 weeks? Did I talk about the walking catfish that was at my work?
Yes.
Not on camera, not on the show.
On the chat, we saw it. You took a picture of an example.
There were
of one.
two of those things. Now I've seen like plenty of Discovery Channel and nature shows understand there's certain fish that will bury themselves in the mud, right? And then when the weather
Muddy mud
rainy
skipper.
season, yeah, right, they'll come out and they'll go from one body of water to the other. Thing is, there's no settling pond. There's no body of water in my facility parking lot, back lot, anywhere. There's a retention pond, but it's dry. There's nothing in there. And we had some of those Florida thunderstorms that last about 30 minutes and then turn super humid. And I kid you not, in the middle of the freaking parking lot was this gigantic, I say gigantic, I mean, it was a good 15 inches of freaking catfish just kind of like scooting along, across the parking lot where all the cars are parked. It was bizarre. As probably one of the most Florida things I think I've seen.
Well, I was
It's
going to say that, halfway through the day, Florida is, wetland.
Yeah, no, I get it.
I mean,
It was
is
just bizarre, to see. And I ended up seeing two of them. I don't know. It was just kind of not something I
What
expected.
do you think
to
was
see.
more bizarre? You seeing that fish or that fish seeing you?
Well, who knows? I just want to know where it was coming from and where it was going. But then you're faced with the dilemma. Like, I like animals of all kinds, but I'm a big advocate that you leave wildlife alone, right? You really don't intercede with it, with whatever's happening. But, that's not an indigenous species. It's actually invasive. But I'm like, it's just going to get run over. I don't know. I didn't really know what to do, so we kind of chucked it and put it in the grass and wished it well. So,
So wait, you picked it up?
You just.
I put gloves on, but yeah, I scooped him up and kind of just got him at least off of the blacktop, So, because he was literally right in the. Yeah, that's a picture of one. That's it. That's what they look like.
Where do they come from?
I don't know, dude. I'm telling you,
It fell out of the sky.
I do not know.
That time
But,
space continuum portal
yeah.
opened up and it just dropped out.
All I'll say is in 2020, bizarre things like that, you got to be extra cautious because you really don't know what's going to happen next, right?
Mhm. Fucking Dr. Manhattan fucked everything up for everybody.
So I saw that,
goddamn
and
tap
then a week ago Sunday, I also did a very Florida thing. It was my wife's birthday, so we went and rented some wave runners, and we were out by Anna Maria Island, which if anybody looks at the map is kind of near Bradenton Beach there. It was pretty freaking awesome. I probably rented wave runners, jet skis like a dozen times in my life, and these were by far the newest. They were like 2020 model Kawasaki's. I don't really know much stats other than that. They only had like 20 hours on them. They were pretty much basically brand new, and dude, they were so freaking fast. It was awesome. So that was pretty cool. So it was a shitty good time. It was like perfect day for it.
Those
so
those the pictures that you sent.
Yeah,
when you were
like out on the
there.
water.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, you were riding them.
Yeah, we rented
I thought
them.
you were just taking pictures of people.
Yeah, no,
on the water.
we basically did like a 90-minute rental, so they kind of give you a map, and you can go out around Anna Maria Island, you can go out on the Gulf, you can stay like kind of inside the inlets. There's like these sandbars that you can go to, and kind of not really dock them, but sit, which I didn't do because I'm like, if I'm paying to ride this thing around, I don't want to like park it and go wade around in the water, But it's actually really cool. It was just, like I said, it was the one time, I guess, they were fast. They were like I said, I think, because most rental stuff like that usually isn't the nicest, newest equipment, and this just happened to be like they just replaced them this year, so it's pretty cool. It's a lot of fun. Also,
How was the water? Was it choppy or?
no, it was beautiful. Nope, it was
that's
great.
good.
Yeah, it was perfect day for it. So so it's pretty cool.
It's cool, man.
And then the last little thing, just I'll share, and I'll let you guys talk. Is it's still dark in here. I realize it, but we switched the 2 rooms here in the house. So I've got a new toy room. Once it's finally set up, I'll post pictures in the ROC group. But I got out of the little room and got some new display shelves, set up the TV.
Call it what it is, Gary. It's a new dinosaur room for you.
It really is the dinosaurs over there.
It's got a car bed.
CB radio. But no, it's actually going to be pretty nice. Actually, I'm looking forward to having a little more space. So it's kind of one of those things where we had the 2 rooms and we set up a guest room in the bigger room, and I'm like, why are we doing that for people to visit us like 3 times a year? And why am I sitting in this like tiny little like smaller space? So, but when you have those projects, even when you're excited, sometimes getting motivated to start it is just a pain in the butt. So we got it done. It's all painted, the fan's up, the other furniture. I'm just waiting for the couch, and then a little bit more lighting, so it won't be in the dark anymore. So that's exciting. But I have all this like super display space, so now I've been on wanting to buy more stuff, which is always good, right? So yeah, that's it.
Nice.
What's up with you guys?
Not much. I'm not going to talk about my day. It was a pain in the ass. That's all I'm going to say.
Had a lot of broccoli too.
Yeah, like the last 2 days, a lot of broccoli. I do have a joke. You want to hear a joke?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
I do.
ahead.
What is the internal temperature of a tauntaun?
Oh boy, internal temperature.
On Solo?
It's lukewarm.
Damn it.
Fuck yeah.
Fine. How does Wicket get around Endor?
I don't know.
He walks.
Oh,
Yes.
Brian,
Why are you
Jesus.
ruining this, Brian? Damn it!
Fuck, dude, I don't even know this. I'm up. Dude,
He
I need to
walks.
give me a
He
pen and paper. I'm gonna solve fucking world hunger right now.
Dave's not even on the.
I know.
Not even here to enjoy it.
It's sad. Yeah, that he wasn't here to enjoy that.
Could have showed off his hot toys.
He might have gotten that one.
Ewoks. Oh, that's pretty good. Ewoks.
What do you call 5 Sith Lords piled on a lightsaber?
A Sith kebab.
Yep, there you go. All right. Brian's my punchline.
All
Anyway,
right.
how about you, Dom? What's going on?
My weekend was kind of boring. I just stayed home, chilled. We were kind of on like call to pick up my mother-in-law from the hospital. She just got knee replacement on Friday, so we didn't know whether she was going home the same day or Saturday or Sunday, so we kind of kept it close. And today was fine. This was, got the power outage too. 4 hours, not as long as Brian's, or Dave's, which is still counting. And I went over to help my dad chop down some branches off a tree that fell into my pool. So it was a lot of fun.
I want to hear about toy hunting stories this weekend.
Oh, you want?
Oh,
Gary, you went out. JD, did you go out?
yeah, we went out.
Dom, you went out. I didn't
Yeah,
go
I
out.
went out. You didn't go out?
So was it good? Was it bad?
Well, mine's easy. I'll go quick first. But I went Saturday before work, right? There's a Target about 3/4 of a mile north of where I work. It's an older area. It's really not a new store. It's not sketchy, but not the nicest spot. So, sometimes you think that those will be your little honey holes, right? I've gone in there before. The only, NECA turtles I've seen in the past were not the first wave, but the second one where they split the Krang and Shredder 2-pack from the Toon. At one point they had 8 of that one, right? It's kind of hit or miss, but of course looking for the Joes, right? So I go in at 8 o'clock, go in and end up meeting another guy. First time in a long time I saw another collector in a store, and they had half of the wave of the retro Spider-Man Marvel Legends. So he grabbed one of those. I think it was the Gwen Stacy that he was looking for, and we kind of came from opposite sides, down the aisle, and just nobody was running or anything crazy like that. But they had nothing there, nothing, right? So we were both kind of talking. I was like, "Hey, we're looking for." I was looking for the Joes. He's like, "Yeah, me too." He's like, "I was trying to get some Cobra Troopers." So we talked for a few minutes, and it was funny because I think he bought his Legends, went to checkout. So I swung around to the collectible section just to look for the turtles, right? Look for Casey or the Metalhead for somebody. And of course, nothing there, right? And it was just I think he remembered. Sometimes you forget to check that second section, right, in a store. And so we ended up passing each other. He's like, "Oh," he's like, "Did you no turtles down there?" I'm like, "No, they got nothing for NECA." So it's funny, right? So that was Saturday morning before work.
What was his
Same
name?
Target. What'd you say?
What was his name?
I don't know. We didn't get to know each other that well.
Wow.
It was just. But so I worked all day Saturday. I actually worked all day Sunday, and then one of the gyms that I go to is kind of right there as well. So I went to the gym after work, and I figured, what the hell? I'm here. I might as well just stop in and look, and pop back in and had a Cobra Trooper sitting on the pegs, and this was at 6:30, on Sunday night after all the weekend. So pretty excited just to find something, right, brick and mortar, and with relative effort as far as that goes. So that was it. So just kind of ran into another collector and just kind of, as Dom always says, if you don't look, you'll never find it. So I figured, give it a second shot, and it ended up working out pretty well. So
You didn't ask anybody to go in the back for you?
no, no.
What about your friend? Did he ask anybody?
No, but he did have his phone. He's like, "Well, they say that that they have it," and I was like, "Yeah, I just you can, you can fight that battle." I didn't really get into it that much, so that was it. So one Cobra Trooper, and then that's it.
JD,
Brian.
how was your adventure? Fruitful?
I mean, we found a bunch of stuff.
All right, Joe's turtles? Yes? No?
No,
Did you
And
ask
no.
anybody to go in the back?
no.
Oh,
Chan did ask if she went over to the electronics when we were looking for the Joes. She asked one of the people in the electronics if they had any in the back, and they were like, "Well, we put out everything. If there's nothing there, that's it." And I mean, I should have taken a picture of the pegs. People were ruthless picking these things up. It was I don't know, probably July 30th, maybe. It was Friday or Saturday, I don't remember. But the tabs that are glued into the back of the cardboard, like those were still hanging there, like a bunch of them. So people were just going up and yanking them off of the pegs.
Interesting. That's crazy.
Yeah. And then like I was talking to my buddy Daniel that I work with, and apparently the one Ninja Turtle group, like there's some scalpers in there, and they're like sharing their stories. So the one story that he told me was that scalper A goes into Walmart. There's 4 Casey Jones sitting there.
Okay.
Scalper
So Scalper A goes to Walmart for Casey Jones.
Whoa,
Yep.
4. Shit.
He
wow.
picks them all up.
Uh-huh.
Scalper B comes up, and he's like, "Damn, you got them all." And he's like, the Scalper B's like, "Yeah, I was gonna scalp the shit out of these." And Scalper A says, "Well, I'll split them with you. We can do it together." And then Collector walks up and just hangs his head because there they are, and they're bragging about this shit in a group because they're putting them up for whatever fucking $180 in the fucking group.
What? That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So they're like
What's retail on that set? Like 50?
$50.
$50. Yeah.
$50, yeah.
Like, you don't like the price? Keep scrolling. Stop bitching. Somebody will buy it. Somebody's dumb enough to buy it. And there always is someone dumb enough to buy it. So,
Oh God.
mm-hmm. Hey,
All
if
right.
anybody out there has a movie Casey, let me know. I have a cartoon Casey to trade.
All right. For experienced YouTube contributors to shows and things and chats, Night of Ren. You all know Night of Ren, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Well, you may have noticed that you haven't seen him in the chat.
right.
It turns out he's typing stuff in there, but I don't see it. Does anyone else in the chat see what Night of Ren is writing?
Nope.
Okay. And anyone else in the chat squad tonight, please let me know if you see anything that Night of Ren is writing.
I do not see anything he's typing at all.
Because
I have both chats up here.
yeah, I'm just wondering if anyone else that's like, I don't know, maybe they might see it, but it's like, it's not like he's banned. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to write anything, right?
Right.
So it's very strange. So I don't know, but maybe people are familiar with what this enigma of hidden chat stuff is and figure it out.
It's a secret decoder ring.
Toy Mafia is in the chat. He said that he was kind of put into YouTube jail for a while, but I don't know if that's the same thing that Night of Ren is experiencing now. But, all right then. So that, as they say, is that.
Interesting.
Dom, I know that you told people to go to the back this weekend. Tell me the story.
Yeah. The today. What was it?
Saturday.
Was it Saturday that everything?
Saturday
came out?
was the first, so
Yeah.
that was.
So I was gonna meet up with Frank Harvey at his Walmart down in Ocean that he's close to. So he was able to find me the Casey Jones and the Metalhead and a couple of turtles. And so basically he was I was gonna meet him up there, and I totally forgot that the shit was coming out the first. So I all of a sudden he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go with Target to see if they have the Joes. They're supposed to be coming out August 1st." I'm like, "Oh shit, that's right, it's August 1st." So we walked in, and I actually walked in first because he stopped at Walmart to go look at the or try to find those He-Man Origins, the ones that I sent you, Gary. So those he didn't even have his headphones on. But so I went ahead and went into Walmart, and they were completely like just setting up shop, like just literally setting up toys, and they had the pallets out and everything, and literally there was already 3 guys over there looking for the GI Joes, and it's like one guy was already talking to the lady who was pushing out some toys, and then kind of figured out that nobody, they don't have it, or if they did have it, it was on one of the pallets that still were wrapped up in the back. So they said come back later or come back tomorrow. We'd probably have them out. And then I think the thing was shocking that I guess I didn't even know the strongman wave from Marvel Legends was coming out either. So that was there. Somebody grabbed that. I only saw one Target had the Spider-Man wave where like I said, I only saw one figure was the Mary Jane, and that's it. All the other ones were gone.
So Dom, your G.I. Joe story though, you got shut down when you tried to buy.
Oh yeah, today,
right?
yeah, today was like. So today, I get start seeing on Pop Finder that my store start having them in. So I went to Manalapan, which is the one right next to me, and the guy literally told me, like I said, oh, can you scan this barcode over here on this tag? And he scanned it. He's like, no, we don't have them. I'm like, oh crap! I checked out your online site and you said you had 6. And he's like, yeah, I guess somebody, I'm like, oh, I guess somebody bought them this morning. So I walked out and I asked the guy before I left, like, can you check the device and see if other stores have it? And he's like, yeah, in Milltown. I'm like, okay, cool. And so I drove over to Milltown, which was only 20 minutes away, and basically walked in there, and I had a woman do the same thing because there was not on the shelf. She hits the scanner. She's like, yeah, we have 6 in the back. I'm like, cool. Can you go in the back and get them for me? She's like, yeah, no problem. So she goes back there, and I guess when she pulled them out, one of the employees stopped her or something like that, and I get it was a manager, but it was like a young kid, 25 years old, and he comes back to me. He's like, listen, I can't sell them to you. I'm like, why can't you sell them to me? He's like, they're street dated for 8/14. I was like, well,
Nope.
I'm like, I got this correspondence here that says that it's supposed to be available for sale. And he's like, oh yeah, I saw that. Somebody showed me that the other day, but we couldn't find them because they were still on the pallets. He's like, wait, let me call my boss. And I was like, okay. So his manager walks up. It's a woman, and she's like, she really doesn't give a shit. He's like, listen, I know it's an exclusive, so I'm going to limit it to 1. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, I'd be cool. I'm like, I would like to buy all of them. And she's like, no, we're only limiting to 1. I'm like, understood, no problem. So the guy goes back there, grabs 1, and he comes out, and he's like, listen. And I thought he was going to grab 1, but he grabbed 2, and he's like, here, have 2. And, basically he gave me the 2. And I'm like, man. And the funny thing is at that time, to prove them that it wasn't street dated at 8/14, I was like, listen, if I scan this, if it's really street dated for 8/14, it would scan and won't allow me to purchase. And he's like, that's right. I'm like, so I don't think you're going to leave the store with them. And I'm like, all of a sudden it scans over and it purchases through. And he's like, okay, fine. He's like, maybe your story's correct. And I'm like,
it was on the internet. Of course,
it's right on the fucking. Yeah, I'm like, why are you? To me, it was kind of like, I was like, why would you think everyone would be lying if they're coming to the store on August 1st? Like, people are not everyone's lying because everyone's going to the stores to go get the fucking figures at August 1st. So some kind of correspondence went out that says, hey, we're going to be releasing them.
Dom, if they're that oblivious, I would have been like, well, they're not exclusive. You guys are just the first ones to get them. That's all.
That's why
so
you need. That's why you
6.
need that right there.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that from? Like, ask a Target, right?
It's from their Twitter, from Target's Twitter.
That's right. I fucking showed the manager.
These figures are available July 26th. The August 14th release day is for online purchases.
And I showed him exactly that, JD. I showed him exactly that. Now this is the one that gets funny because then I'm go back home and I'm working. This was in the morning, early morning. So all of a sudden, I get a text, I get a message from Gort, and Gort's like, "Oh, dude, they're at Manalapan." And also get another message from Frank saying, "Hey, you said there was nothing at Manalapan. How's there now 5 just left?" I'm like, "Holy shit!" So someone bought one from Manalapan. They fucking lie to me. So I said, like, maybe in about an hour, and then the power went out, and I'm like, you know what? It'd be a good time to go to Target and see if they have them available. So I drove over there, and I didn't get the same guy that lied to me in the morning. I saw him. He was in electronics. I didn't even want to bother with him. So I got another guy that was like just packing out packing out some like swim stuff in the swim aisle, like I don't know, recreation aisle or something. So like he came over, scans it. He goes, "Yeah, we got 5 of them." I'm like, "Oh, cool. Do you know where they are in the back?" And he's like, "Oh, I gotta call my manager for that." And so the manager comes out, and
It's the
I'm
same
like,
lady?
No, this is a different target.
It's a different target.
Oh.
Yeah.
So this is a gentleman, and he
Oh,
comes
wait a
out.
minute. You said that you saw the guy that lied to you in the morning.
Yeah, he was a cashier, like he was like a floors person. I
He
didn't
works
wanna-
at different targets?
No,
No.
Brian, he was at Target A and then met this guy. Then they didn't have it. You went to
Target
Target
A.
B.
Remember,
Wait,
remember
Target,
Target-
A had 6.
but they said
Target
they told me
A,
they had
and
none.
then now we're at Target B where they have 5.
No.
No.
Target A had 6 in the morning that I went to. They lied to me and they said they had none, and so I went to Milltown, which had 6, and I was able to get 2 from them.
Bought 2.
And then I went back home, and Frank and Gort told me that there was some still at Manalapan. So I went back to Manalapan, who originally had 6, and Frank told me from the website now they had 5. And I'm like, okay, so they sold one, so they must have them. Somebody's like obviously bought one, so I'm going over there to see if I can buy one, and see whether they're actually on the pegs. They're not on the pegs. The guy said there's 5 in the back. And the manager comes up to me, and he's like, "Oh, are you the one that's looking for Joe's?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Oh, I can't sell them to you." And I'm like, "Why not?" And he's like, "Oh, they're street dated for the 814." I'm like,
Oh,
"No,
Jesus.
I got this. I got this from your Ask Target app. Like, I got this, saying that it's supposed to be available for sale." And he's like, "I don't want to look at that. That's not my boss telling me that." I'm like, "What?" I'm like, okay. I'm like, well, what can I do? Like, why wouldn't you believe that this is like, it's available for sale? Because right now, if you scan it, it'll ring up. And he's like, no, it won't. And I'm like, well, actually, I was here this morning and it showed that you had 6. And now in the afternoon, it tells me that you have 5. So you did sell one, didn't you? And he's like, yeah, we did. I'm like, so it rings up.
Wow.
I'm like, so it rings up, and he's like, yeah, I know it rings up, but I only allowed him to take one because, he mentioned this letter that you're telling me about. I'm like, yeah, so why, if one person tells you about the letter and a second person tells you about the letter, obviously the letter is true, like it's not made up, and it's Alf, your fucking Ask Target app, like it's like your Instagram or something, and he's like, okay, well. He's like, I put a work order into my boss, and I have to wait to hear back from that work order. I'm like, what are you talking about? They're going to tell you sell the fucking item.
Right.
Just, dude, give me my toys.
And
Would
I'm
you
like,
just give them
listen,
to me. I wanna buy
I'm
them.
cool with you just selling them, and if you want to limit it because it's an exclusive, I'm all for that. I'm just so tell me how many I can buy, and just let me walk, let me go check out. Let's what the fuck? And this guy was just fucking.
Give me one of each, and we're both fucking happy.
That's just stupid.
Shut your
It's
fucking
just-
mouth and fucking
it's
sell the
just
shit.
stupid.
Dom,
It's-
did
yeah.
he give you a thumbs up at the end?
No, he did not give me a thumbs up.
Wow,
I would've given him a different-
I didn't know about all this.
Yeah,
you were
that-
very
no, that
brief
was
in
like-
the chat. Usually you're very
Yeah.
verbose in the chat, but no, you're very brief, and you're like, you only let me buy 2.
Yeah,
But I didn't know
about.
about Target A, B, and C.
Well,
and
B, C
this other-
is A in
Right.
Right.
A part 2.
with true colors shining out.
Right.
True.
Right.
But it was like I'm sure the whatever answer he's looking for is going to be available there tomorrow, and it's going to be like what the hell are you doing? Sell the item, limited
Well, that's
to
just
one
it.
per
I mean,
customer, and call it a day.
If the manager is like asking that, it's just ridiculous. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
I mean,
you have no right being in a management position.
If
If you have to fucking ask somebody.
Oh, dude, it's
be
like
aware of what your company's doing and the resources you have. I don't know, it's just silly.
I just find it odd that
These are $20 items.
that
No, it's like I'm buying drugs from him or something.
a
Right.
store only gets 6 of them. Like
Yeah, like
only 6.
that's just what's killing me because I know what's gonna happen because come September you're gonna have fucking hopefully I'm hoping that this happens, but you're gonna have the fucking pegs filled with them. But I hope so. But
That fucking better be
the way
the case.
the way the distribution's going right now. It's just like this is like, but I can see it's a kind of a delay right now because it was supposed to originally come out on 8/14, but they moved it up, and I'm sure a lot of that reset was like I guess aimed to get it out this beginning of this month. So some targets are behind. But
Pretty sure the target date was the end of July.
yeah, that's what I thought so too, JD. It's like, but this like when they showed me the system, it does say 8/14 on their thing. Like it's not like something that doesn't pop up. It's on there. But I'm like, but it's not showing up at the register.
I know what
So
you mean.
who gives a shit?
This you're talking.
Wow.
Yeah,
The bottom.
coming August 14th. So that's what they preach to, and it's like I understand, but the true check to all this is if we scan it right now, and if it doesn't allow me to purchase it, then you're right. If it does, then play ball.
It's you guys know the Dane Cook movie with Jessica Simpson, like Employee of the Month,
Yeah,
and Dax Shepard's character, and they put his like Honda Civic right up on the rack. And he's trying to get Employee of the Month. He's like, technically, if it's on the shelf and it's in our system, we
There
have
it
to
is.
sell
Look.
it to him.
Look at this.
Mm.
Look, gung ho
in stores.
in stores. Visit store to purchase.
Yeah.
You motherfuckers.
Like, and the thing is, like,
there he is.
I just
There he is, right there.
like with all this too,
In
Gary.
stores.
What else came out this week was the Spawn exclusive figure from Mortal Kombat for Target came out.
Yeah,
this week
which I saw. Actually, it was funny. I did see that on Sunday night when I found the Trooper. I had 4 of them, but I was like, it's the Axe versus the other one. It's the same thing, just for the third time. Like,
and then the fun thing was that Frank was been helping me hunt down that Walmart exclusive 2 set. So
Thanks, Frank.
and he was basically he didn't get one and I didn't get one. So it's like, I was like, we only have a certain amount of Walmarts here that just sell NECA stuff, which is fucking blows my fucking mind. And then the ones that do have it have like the shittiest toy sections. Like they're just so small and but they have NECA in their fucking electronics, and other Walmarts that are huge that have a big fucking huge toy section has no fucking NECA section. Doesn't make sense. But at the end of the day, we've been looking at actually BrickSeek Walmart, and they've been popping up in like 2 specific stores here that are close to me and him. So one is very close to him. So this yesterday, I think, was it Monday? Yeah,
Yesterday
oh,
was Monday.
no, it was Sunday.
That
I
was 2
just
days
I texted him and I said, I just checked BrickSeek for like shits and giggles, and all of a sudden I see it's available at his fucking location. So I told him, and he's like, "Oh, I'll go over and check it out." And he went over and he didn't see anything, but there was a pallet that wasn't broken down, so he said it might be in there. I'm like, "Well, I'll go in first thing in the morning and just check to see if it's out." And he's like, "Cool," because I'm not going to be able to get there until like later on, like at least 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock. And I was like, I'll go there first thing in the morning. So on Monday, I woke up really early, which was I hated it. But I fucking woke up, drove down there because it was only about 20 minutes away. So I drove down there and then walked into Walmart, and it wasn't on the shelf. And I pretty much would text Frank. I was like, "Frank, it's not on the shelf." He's like, "Well, go around to the counter. There should be a pallet. There might be boxes. There might be one of them." And I went around and I didn't actually see like what he was talking about. I just saw a bunch of boxes and I didn't really see the pallet. But I was looking at these boxes that were behind the counter. And then all of a sudden a gentleman comes up to me and goes, "Oh, actually, I saw a woman." And I'm like, "Hey, can you do me a favor?" And I'm like, "Can you scan this and see if you have any in store?" And she scans it.
Wait. when you say scan this, what are they scanning?
The barcode that's on the price tag.
Oh, okay.
There's a barcode right
Move
underneath
on, move on.
the price.
Yeah.
Okay, so she scans it, and then she's like, "Oh yeah, there's two." I'm like, "Do you know where in the store it might be?" She's like, "Oh, I'll call the electronics manager. She'll come over. She's actually here today." And I'm like, "Cool." So she calls the electronics manager, and at the same time, the employee, the electronics employee, shows up, and the manager's like, "Hey, Bill, did you finish the pallet that was here last night?" He's like, "Oh no, not yet." And I'm like, he's like, "It's I'll get it over to you." I'm like, "I'm looking for these two figures. They might be on the pallet." So he's like, "Oh, give me a second." So he
Dom's
went to the
getting
pallet.
excited. He's like, "Oh my god, they're
Yeah,
on the
he went
pallet!
to the
They're on the
pallet.
pallet! Like they're here
went to
in
the
the
pallet.
building."
Opens the box, and lo and behold, there's two of them. And I'm like, "Holy shit!" And he's like, "Yeah, you want both?" And I'm like, "Yeah, that'd be great." And he fucking bought it, and I literally drove over to Frank's because he had the cartoon Casey Jones that he was gonna that Dave bought from him, and I was gonna drop it off for Dave's house on Monday night, but I ended up forgetting it here at the house. But I'm sorry, Dave. I'll mail it. He told me I can hold on to it. And next time I come up, I'll send it to him or give it to him. But like, and then I drove over and I gave one to Frank, like, because he was looking for it. And we kind of tag teamed it together, which was pretty cool.
That's cool. So what luck have you had, Dom, with, I appreciate it. I know you found some of the Motu Origins and
Yes.
you've been seeing the wrestlers. I have not seen it anywhere. And to your point, you're right, because there's two Walmarts that I can go to, on my way to work. And I think it was Friday. I stopped at one. They didn't have anything but that same retro Spider-Man wave. Like they had all 6 figures there, and that was really the only thing there. They have a bigger toy department, but it was obliterated and nothing in electronics, right? And then there's an older one that I stopped at the next day. I don't know, one other morning, and same thing. Like they didn't have, like, their toy section has nothing in it, and they have like a NECA section, but they didn't have like the turtles there,
Yeah.
but they have a decent pot. So it's funny how you're right. They have like one or the other. But those Motu Origin stuff, I can't find. I haven't seen anything anywhere.
Yeah, they usually put them, like where I found them. They put them right where.
By the other wrestlers.
No, not even there. It's like it was by where they keep the Motu constructs, like over there by the.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Over there, like you got some hanging toys. I think there's like 5 Dead Fred Friday or Dead Fred
okay.
Daddy or Freddy or something like that.
That's interesting.
Those toys.
Okay.
Are you guys seeing Motu constructs in the stores?
No, not new ones, Brian. I did not see any new waves. But I heard of the that third wave, Gary, of wrestlers that for the Motu, homage wrestlers. They're hitting stores. So
Yeah, I need the Rock.
I think Gort told me he saw like that half of that second wave, but the Rock and Undertaker were already taken.
Yeah, those are probably the 2 harder ones to find. I just need the Rock.
But
Good old
it's
Dwayne.
interesting. It's also a relief just seeing NECA opening up that window for the fucking the 2 other.
Yeah, you guys.
That's that's the way it should be done. I'm
That
sorry.
I was gonna. That was something I wanted to bring up to everybody. It was like, it would be a whole lot easier. These companies would make a whole hell of a lot more money that way too.
Yeah.
They could open a pre-order window from this week to this week, or whatever, a month long. Like the 4 Horsemen do it, and then they just order an overage, and then, hey, here's stuff we can sell at conventions, or we can put it on the shelves at Target or Walmart or wherever the fuck they want to fucking distribute it. I don't know.
To me, it's just as crazy as this is getting. Like now it'd be a better time than never to just go do this and fucking make everything available and just know your quantities. And
It
hunting
should be
is fun,
fun.
but it's not fun anymore.
Right, no, it's not,
Yeah.
right? And the tech shouldn't. Not that the tech should make it easier, but I don't know. It should just make it. The store shouldn't fight you so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
hey, do you have this thing? Yeah, it looks like we have it. If you have the ability to get it, great. If you can't, okay, I guess I can understand that. But like, don't say, yeah, we have it, but I can't sell it. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
I mean, you have like You have like your
It's
Pulse memberships too. You know what I
It's
mean?
like-
It's like, how many people get screwed out of that?
right.
You know,
Oh,
it's
dude,
like
yeah, the post
just
thing.
do a
It's just-
fucking pre-order, and then that's what you got to fucking make, and then you can make whatever you can make 10,000 more units.
yeah,
You know, and just fucking put those on a shelf somewhere.
yeah.
Sell them
I
on your
think
site
I
because they're
think
gonna
it's-
fucking sell.
I think it's definitely going to be something that we're going to see more often in the future.
I hope
think,
so.
I think the companies are going to start realizing that cutting out the middleman, which is the retailers, are just it's not needed. You don't have to play their
needed.
games.
Make your fucking money. Like they want to make money. You know, they don't want to fucking pay for shelf space somewhere. You don't have to. You really don't have to.
Who would have thought, right? 90 days plus ago, people were fighting for toilet paper, and now,
Yeah.
JoJo.
Now we're fighting for Joes and
Yeah.
Ninja Turtles. Well,
Damn.
Casey Jones anyway.
That's crazy.
Hey, JD, if I'll keep my eye on the Brickseek. If that thing pops up again at the store, I'll make an effort to go down there and try to get one for you.
All right, cool.
So, I believe me, I was very surprised. I was very fucking surprised.
And I mean, like Metalhead and Slash and all that. All those.
Yeah,
too.
but are they stagnating the releases of that 2-packs? Like I know, like April O'Neil's supposed to come out first,
yeah.
next,
I
and then
don't
like Slash,
remember.
and
I'll
I
have
thought
to
it was like spread out this whole month. So
But isn't it weird that a store only gets like 2 of something? Like, granted, how many Targets are there in America?
a few, a few.
And you just multiply that by 2, and they
Right.
expect that that's all the people that want to buy this stuff, and then that's it. I don't fucking get it.
Yeah,
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Don't these things have to be made by like, I don't know, how many are being made? How many people are collecting NECA turtles? What do you think? 100,
I just raised my hand.
200 people?
It's definitely got to be more than
What
100.
the fuck's wrong with you people? No, there's thousands of people buying this shit.
Mhm.
Why is only a store get only 2? Like, no, we've done the analysis. There's only 2 people per town
Right,
that
exactly.
collect turtles.
That's funny shit.
I mean, sure, yeah, it's
So
a sensational cartoon in the 80s, but it really wasn't as successful as everybody thinks. I mean,
exactly.
So like the weird thing is so their NECA's problem before was with the amount of turtle toys they could produce according to their license. The last dispute they had with their license, with renewing it, they were able to get like a no sort of boundary thing to it,
wait
from what
a
I
minute.
understand.
So you're telling me there is a limit on how many they could make?
Yes, before.
So that's why they were only like SDCC exclusives.
Correct.
Wow.
And I think JD, if I read an article onto it, isn't similar to being like because of that, it's like this is not a toy, right? Aimed at children, it's aimed at a collector market,
Yep.
and
Mhm.
in being a collectible item, it's in less volume than a mass-produced
Right.
toy aimed at children.
Yeah.
It's
So
yeah,
the,
okay.
the last time that they renewed the license for that, they disputed that so that there was not a limit on the amount of product they could make. So in turn, Playmates or Nickelodeon, they're the ones getting a piece of everything that they make as well because of the license. I mean, if that's what I understood, at least Nickelodeon, because they own the rights.
Right.
But
That's
they,
interesting.
they fought it so that they could get. I don't know that they necessarily fought it, but they wanted to produce more because they knew people wanted these toys. So, hey, let's propose, blah blah blah. We're gonna make X amount more, and that's just how much more money in your pocket after we buy the license. So,
All right. So, quick Google search. How many Targets are there in America? 1,868. So, all right. Two Casey Jones per Target. Yeah, I guess No one. That's it.
37.50.
People in the country that's the only amount of people that are interested in buying this stuff.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. No,
Just seems strange.
it is dumb. Our Target had 4 of them. The Casey Jones.
Oh, so if there's 4. So 4
Yeah.
times that, it's almost 8,000.
Interesting.
Just odd. And then you've got all of these, I guess, these ones that people found, and they're just shelf warming in their crawl spaces, waiting for their eBay sales to be completed for $300.
Do you guys think we'll see similar demand for those RED Transformers? The non-transforming action figures.
Well, the way this is looking, anything that you can buy on a shelf is the path that it is taking.
Yeah.
Anything that isn't going to be in high demand as far as a collector, like in our sort of circle, age group, whatnot, I think this is going to be the path from now on. Unfortunately.
It's like flashbacks to like college for me when Power of the Force stuff came out, right? And it was like that first wave, finding the C-3PO and the orange card was hard for a little while, and then it was the really ugly Princess Leia. And when trying
The
to
monkey
find her,
face Leia.
yes, trying to find her, it was like, it's just funny. It was like, I heard that there's a Kmart and that they had 2 of them, just by word of mouth and like a comic book shop and stuff like that. It's kind of funny.
Hills, that was my place. They always had everything I could ever want there. Tons of it.
Yeah. The other thing I think we could all agree upon, at least, is that clearly there's a demand for G.I. Joe product if you make it, whether it be created by artists like Tyler's Throne, which is selling like crazy, or someone's in my house. Interesting.
Is
It's coming
the
over here.
mailman? Did he ring twice?
I don't know. Let's check my tracking. I got Nikes that are supposed to be coming. Like, and you guys, I mean, it's not a shoe topic, but did you ever order
I wear
shoes directly
shoes.
from Nike?
No.
No, I always try my shoes on before I.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I can order them, but you can like custom design them. So I did a pair, but they're supposed to be delivered yesterday, but they got delayed.
Aren't you afraid? Like, what if they hurt your feet?
Oh no, it's the same. I know the model, like so I've bought these like for the gym probably like a dozen times in like different colors, and I finally broke down and ordered some.
Hey, look,
Hey.
Night of Ren, we can see you. Look,
Hey, we can see
there it
you.
is.
Yeah. Who is she talking to?
Oh.
My wife is talking to somebody.
Look at the Brammer. The Brammer, did you wrench him? What happened? It was his fault. What'd you do, Nick?
He's
I want to know.
pocket banning people.
Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Pocket
Mhm.
man.
So Dom, what Motu origins have you found? That just He-Man and Skeletor?
Yeah. Wait, what'd you say, Gary?
I was just asking what which Motu origins he had found in stores just yet.
Oh.
If he had,
Oh yeah. Oh, Gary,
if it was just He-Man and Skeletor.
it was just He-Man Skeletor. Yeah,
Okay.
I didn't see. The funny thing
The
is
Battle Cat, the Sky Sled.
No,
Okay.
that's why I think they will be eventually over there by the wrestlers, but they, at the time they just threw them over there.
Yeah,
by-
no, that's good thinking to know that. The
Well, we went to a Walmart and they had a pretty good, like, it was just as big as like the wrestlers, and it was right next to them. It was all Motu, like all the tags.
all
There
the
was,
tags.
like,
Oh, gotcha.
probably like at least like 2 rows, and then
Well, it's
it was
interesting because
probably like
I'm looking at the
5
pictures of the
tags
packaging, right? For the Battle Cat and the Sky Sled has like that flap on the top like they did in the 80s. So I'm curious, like where they we'll put those. Interesting. Yeah, I guess the good news is we don't need any of this stuff to survive, right? So
Yes, we do.
I was looking at that sky sled though. Did you know you can change out the to make it the good guy or the bad guy?
Really?
Wait,
Interesting.
Sky sled.
The thing that looked like a jet ski that it was the front of the battle ram, but in the cartoon
Yes.
they used to like
Yep. You know, I never realized that. Yeah, the bad ones had like snakes on them,
Mm-hmm.
and the good ones
Yep.
had like the gargoyle
It's a
pieces.
griffin, yeah, gargoyle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Another one. It'll be a while till we see them. They had spaces for them when we went out. That was it.
All right.
Maybe that's
I'll
what
keep-
this show
I'll
should
keep out.
become. Like us on our toy hunt.
Dude,
Well, yeah.
I'm giving it up, man. Toy hunting is
Tuesday night
dead.
toy hunt. Sorry.
Me and Dave will just sit and watch and ask questions.
Awesome.
I'm trying to think if I did have another topic, but I'm not ready for that one yet. I probably should have spent some time preparing it during the power outage, but
Well, why don't we let me
back.
pose a question then, if it's okay with you guys.
go ahead, Gary.
As people are getting more active again and still enjoying like the rest of the summer into the fall, maybe the chat can chime in. I don't know if there's interest or not, but it's been a while. I've had a pretty busy year for myself. I think the last ROC Wellness Challenge, right, we concluded that one in early, hold on one second, guys, sorry.
It's like more than a year ago, right? Oh, he muted himself. But it was after Jason Lowry's wedding, which that happened in May. I can't remember. And yeah, it's been like, dude, that wedding wasn't last year, was it? Or was it 2 years ago? I don't know.
I don't know, man.
I'm
it
confused.
shines so fast. I think it was last year, dude.
Yeah, I think it was last year.
Because it was
Sorry,
during the
guys.
weight loss
Listen.
challenge. Yeah, it was last year.
So yeah, we concluded the last one on my wife's losing her shit right now because the grocery delivery is fucked up. So I'm like, all right, take a breath.
So, what?
Anyway.
You're no chicken?
No, I can't get that delivered. I have to go to Whole Foods for that, and they won't deliver it. So it's a pain in the ass. In fact, I have to go tomorrow though and buy some more because it's like a once a week thing.
I didn't know you like s'mores. Buy s'mores.
Buy some more, right? Anyway, so I guess gauge the interest. If you guys, can PM me directly if we have enough people who are interested in doing it again. Maybe putting together a competition. Yeah, I think we did. What we do, a $50 buy-in for the last one, if I think correctly, right?
I think so. Yeah.
For the prize. You can figure out the rules. Make sure you keep everything credible and upfront and honest through the process. But in the end, it wasn't about the prize money, right? Really? It was, I guess. But it was also about, making some different decisions and being healthy and feeling better. And, it'd be kind of cool to get everybody feeling great before the con season comes back into effect and you start hanging out again. So, yeah, let me know if you think there's interest and we can see about putting one back together. Maybe getting some momentum going into the holidays in the fall, So people hit that time of year feeling great when they're usually a bit more worried about, gaining weight instead. Let's see
Right.
and we do have a separate group in the ROC for that if people are interested in it. So you can let me know.
Saving lives, Gary. You're saving lives.
Well, I don't know about that, but it could just make people feel a little bit better, right?
Mm-hmm.
Real quick, who's watched the Transformers show?
Not
I
I.
did.
I watched the 2 first episodes.
Yeah, I'm 4 out of 6, I think.
All right, initial impressions.
It's not terrible.
All right. So, are you liking it? Like, are you glad that it's back and what they either accomplished
So
or tried to accomplish at least?
the thing that bothers me the most is all the characters talk really slow. I don't know if anyone has caught on to that, but I think it's because their voices go through they have some sort of effect on their voices.
Oh.
So they're talking really slow and the acting seems really bad. That's really my only gripe.
I think I noticed that too, JD. But how you explain it was what I thought wasn't like I just knew something was wrong with the voices.
They're trying to keep it comprehensible, legible, I guess we'll say. I don't know,
Interesting.
whatever.
You have to pay attention. But
Yeah,
Audible.
I don't think I was particularly aware of a slowness in how they speak. I'd have to check it out again. I did find it. It didn't kind of hold my attention. I was getting kind of bored a little bit.
so that's
That's how I
Yeah.
noticed it. It's very drawn
Yeah.
out.
Okay.
That's kind of what I thought too, Brian. Like have you guys talked? I think it's cool that it look like the toys, right? Because you can go get the exact figure, right, and it looks just like it. I can appreciate that, but same thing. I just felt like the storyline was stuff. What I've seen anyway so far was a bit repetitive and just really there was nothing new happening. I just feel like I feel like I've just kind of seen this or read it maybe. I don't know. I just I kind of just felt like I've seen all this. So I wasn't seeing anything new.
Like if you're doing a cartoon based on this, like has anyone played like the War for Cybertron games? Like any of these people that are involved in this? Anybody at Hasbro? Like that shit was good. Like
Oh,
real good.
Yeah.
And the story moved and all that stuff. It wouldn't be bad to like borrow from that sort of stuff.
let me ask you guys. Let's look at this through the eyes of, say, a 6 to 8-year-old kid. What do you think? Do you think that they would like it?
I'm watching this because Dad's watching it.
You think so?
That's yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. My daddy watched this stuff when he was a kid, when he was my age.
So you don't think it would be like something they just would stumble across and it would kind of hook them?
I mean, maybe a handful of them, but
Yeah.
I think in the majority of kids that are watching it, they're watching it with their parent or parents because they grew up with this stuff. I mean, kids probably wouldn't even really know this stuff if it wasn't because of their parents. I mean, of course, the Bayverse stuff, Hasbro force fed that to everybody.
Mhm.
But like, still, it was G1 fans, Beast War fans, all under the same roof. Oh my God, this is like a live action Transformers movie. I've been waiting all my life for this. Bring the kids, bring the cousins,
I have to say, I think it was the last couple of episodes did kind of grab me though, when they were kind of figuring out their plan of what they were going to do and all that stuff. Um, I think I've seen somebody mention in here, maybe it's Chat Wingham, said something like it being predictable, and I mean we've lived and breathed this stuff over and over and over again.
That's true.
Megatron
Mhm.
versus Prime and
Right.
Decepticons versus Autobots. So yeah, it does seem kind of predictable. Well, how it would all work out to me. Of course, reading the comics and all that stuff too. But
Frank has a good point.
what did he say? Too
Too
political?
political. I don't know. Didn't look fun for kids.
Didn't look fun
Because
for
it
kids.
doesn't. It doesn't look. I don't think it's. There's like. There's. Each episode only has like one little glimpse of action. You know what I mean? And the rest is it's them standing around talking to each other.
Yeah. Not a lot of the transformation gimmick, right?
No.
Which is what Transformers. I don't know. Prime transformed quite a few times and stuff
Mm.
like that. But
I noticed
Um,
like a few times that they're like they're cueing the transformation sound and the bot is off camera.
oh yeah,
Yeah, they do that a bunch.
they actually
Really, the
did.
only ones I remember seeing is like Prime, like once or twice, and then the Seekers. That's like and Megatron.
Yep.
You see him do it once. Everything else, I don't really remember seeing much of the sequence. It's like you hear it, and that's about it.
I think they did toss in the old transformation noise at least once or twice. I think I remember hearing that. But
Well, you're not all the way through it though, huh?
oh no, I'm done. I'm done.
Oh no, it's
But,
throughout the
dude,
whole thing.
When all right, well when I binge, I dude, it's in one eye and out the other. I
Yeah.
guess. I got the gist of it. I don't think we ever saw Bumblebee transform, but yeah. The anyway,
Yeah, there you
I'm
go.
glad that they're moving forward with this and doing it again. It's like I said, those last couple episodes when they got everything together, I kind of dug it. I think I've mentioned it maybe on this podcast a while back. Like, I'd like to. I don't know. I'm starting to long for the 22-minute adventure again.
Mhm.
Could see
As
that.
opposed to everything being a season-long arc. Blah blah blah. All right, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, the story of the week. You know what I mean? There's something to be said for that for sure.
I
No.
mean, I'm gonna say this: like, it was good enough that like I saw an Earthrise Snapdragon on the shelf and I bought it.
Uh-oh, got him.
Mm.
Got him back. Reel that fish back in.
Just because that was
Ooh,
like
baby.
that was one of my favorite toys as a kid, and like all the headmasters that I have like pretty much every version of each one. So
Welcome back.
nope,
Welcome
not
back.
gonna do the rest of
welcome
them.
back.
Not doing the rest. No. Anyway,
No.
Do you guys build Lego a lot by any chance?
mm-hmm.
It's
So,
been a while.
It's been a while for me too.
so obviously this Castle Grayskull's been sitting here for a few months, right? Big fun build. I ordered this Hagrid's Hut set because I was looking forward to it. This weekend. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna put on Prisoner of Azkaban. I'm gonna watch it, and I'm gonna build this. And one thing after another, I kind of got started on it late, but I couldn't help but notice that while I was building this, I haven't built Lego in quite a while, but I felt that the techniques that they used for this it's kind of pretentious.
It's a strong word.
Yeah, like with the Lego that I built in the past, I'm like, okay, like I understand the certain techniques that they've used to kind of form different shapes and stuff like that. But I'm looking at this and I'm like, as a kid, I never would have thought. I mean, why bricks stack up and down, and then occasionally you have that one piece where you can kind of jut one out vertical from, different from what it's supposed to be. But there were some special pieces in here I've never seen before, and I was like, wow, they actually invented that piece just to do this. And I don't know, there are a lot of techniques in here, and I was just like, it's a little too fancy. I think I would have preferred it to be a little more straightforward.
How old is that set?
It's came out last year, I think.
Okay.
But
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
as-
And I was just gonna say, now I forget, but
The last couple
Go ahead.
things I built. So when I was in Albany, I had one of my managers had kids, had two boys, who liked Lego, but they didn't like to build the sets really. And he didn't like to build them, so it's kind of this interesting dynamic because there was three pretty good ones. There's that Ford Mustang like creator they did that was like the '69 Mustang. It's like a blue. So like the cars, I bought it, got to build it, and then he basically bought it from me at retail once it was built. So I kind of got the fun of putting it together. And then I did the same thing with the Bugatti set that they made, which was pretty interesting. And then they did a Jurassic Park one where you actually built the T-Rex. It was the big doors. It was almost like a dollhouse kind of design with these little cubbies and stuff. It wasn't very realistic for the movie, but the T-Rex wasn't one big piece. You actually built it out of Lego pieces. So those kids really like that. But the cars specifically, and the way that Lego created that Bugatti, body, for the technique, was pretty awesome. But to your point, Brian, it was pretty interesting to see how they put it together for that. But that was, trying to make it look like a hypercar, versus a building.
So I want to ask, like, what pieces you're talking about, because like they have to jump through some, a lot of hoops to actually make custom pieces.
Right.
They usually just stick with their regular library. I mean, there has been pieces that they've added, but they find ways that they can use that piece in different lines as well.
Yeah,
Well, and that's the other
go
thing
ahead.
too. I'm looking at some of them like how like if I was to take this apart, like some of these things are just they're so specialized. I'm like, oh, what would I ever use this for again? Just throw it away. But like, so for instance, JD, here's one. So you see this piece here? It's for the, what do they call it? Snot build, stud snot on top. Listen to
Yep.
building up to it. So it's a regular Lego brick, but it's got a hole in the bottom, and it stacks on top of bricks that are just like it.
Okay,
And,
I got you.
and then it has the studs on the side. I've
Mhm.
never seen this piece before, but I can tell. I have done builds where they have accomplished what this piece is specifically trying to accomplish without having a specialized piece. And they did it just so that the front of the, excuse me, here's the one I took off.
Yep.
But it's just that this is the front of the hut.
Mhm.
It's just that they can make it kind of pretty looking here with the stoop, and make this piece that is typically goes up and down. They could go left and right. I was just, I was like,
Yeah,
I don't
I guess
know.
normally you just see those pieces and it's one.
But
It's just one on the front and one on the top.
and
It's usually how this.
being a Transformers collector, I was like, uh, you have those masterpiece moments in your masterpiece builds, kind of thing. But I just felt while I was building this set, it's like every step is some sort of masterpiece moment. I was like, does it really have to be
I mean,
like this?
they're known for their engineering. That's for sure. They want to, like, you're building something and that thing is going to hold together. It's going to be solid.
True. And I was just thinking to myself too. It's like though the way they engineer this, it's almost like these pieces really can only make this particular set. When growing up, I was so used to being able to, tear something down and really build something brand new. But some of these pieces are so specialized that was kind of crazy.
Mhm.
Anyway, that's just my 2 cents about it. I was in a good mood. I was trying to get myself into a good mood before I started building it, and then I don't know. It was
I mean, that
best.
Grayskull has a ton of custom pieces.
I know, but for some reason that one felt different to me because it wasn't. They're custom pieces, but I guess not used for custom techniques. Does that make sense?
Mm,
Everything's all up and down. I mean those roof parts and all that crap. That's some pretty specialized stuff. But like I said, every step to this is something just wild. I don't know. It's starting to
huh.
get to me. Maybe I'm just just been in a crappy mood to bitch about Lego. But
Yeah.
what other platform am I gonna bitch about Lego on? It drove Gary away. I'm sorry, Gary. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I enjoy Lego. We have a ton of it.
Yeah, I typically do like those winter sets.
Yeah.
I really enjoy those.
The last things I built was the X-wing. I think it was the Y-wing. Yeah, the Y-wing.
Well, the new one.
No, it was back a couple years back.
Oh.
Say 3 years back. I built those. Like bought a few sets.
Mm.
Did the Y-wing, the X-wing, and I got Boba Fett, Slave One, and I think I got the.
But the question is, which slave one?
I don't. I think it's. I think it's the maybe
Like, how
I
much
think-
did you pay for it?
I can't remember.
Oh,
It
okay.
was up. It was up there. It wasn't like $200, but it was like
That's
the
probably.
100. I think around.
Mm,
Like it wasn't like the one that came, the masterpiece one, or like the ones that compared to like the Falcon and stuff like that.
I gotcha. Okay.
It was more of like just the regular. I think on 100 and under.
Okay. Maybe the was that recent that you got it?
No. 3 years ago. I would say 3-4 years ago. But it was good. I had fun doing them. And then I was going to build. I bought the Millennium Falcon, but I did not have that one. I don't have that one anymore. So, but it was something that I was looking to build eventually.
Yeah, that's a line that we cherry pick anymore.
That Nintendo came out, Brian. Did you pre-order it or did you order it?
I almost did.
Did it sell out? I don't think it even sold out yet. The last time I checked was like this past weekend. I think Saturday. It was still available.
I was really close.
Me too. I didn't push the button yet. I'm sure it's going to be in stores.
Yeah. I was close, but I was like, meh. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna. So I buy Lego pretty much once a year when the seasonal winter sessions come out. Winter sessions, winter sets, and they usually have a double VIP points day, right? So I am going to risk it and wait it out until one of those double bonus point weekends shows up, and that's when I'll buy it. So
Gotcha.
So the I don't know if you've seen, but this weekend they put out the Super Mario Lego stuff.
Yes, Target. I saw the
Yeah.
end cap.
Yep.
That's the one that just you build like the board physically,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like you bounce Mario around, and it kind of adds points and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
has
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I saw a video on it. It was pretty cool. Like they have a whole fucking end cap filled. They had some like pretty good sets. Like I saw the fucking like the dungeon set looks pretty cool that they had, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna bite and buy those. I would probably buy that Nintendo set before I buy those. Did anyone pick up the Voltron? Like, did you get the Voltron set, the Lego set?
Yeah.
JD, you did.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
That's one.
He doesn't really move a whole lot, but it's pretty good. Like he's very static, and that's about all you get out of it. Huh. What's that set under?
what are you looking for? The Nintendo?
The Nintendo one.
I don't know. Maybe just search for Nintendo. You might find
Yeah,
it.
it's what I'm doing.
Or search for Mario.
There it is. Nope,
Mario.
gotta stop.
It's out of stock.
On the shop Lego?
Temporarily out of
On the
stock.
shop Lego store.
Yep.
Yep.
Hashtag $225 saved.
No, 229.
229. Oh.
Yep.
Oh.
But it's temporarily out of stock.
Yeah.
And that's usually how they do it. They have so many sets
Waves,
they
yeah.
sell for pre-order, and then they'll do like a second restocking of so many, and then they just keep going like that. But this thing's fucking rad as shit.
Yeah, I think now, like I wouldn't call them building that pretentious. Because I really want to see how they use the Lego bricks to make that. You know.
Yep.
Really want to see that. That'll be kind of fun. But yeah. Anything else? Are we gonna wait for Gary to come back? He said he might come back.
He's probably chasing down the grocery carrier down the block right now. Oh, where's my chicken?
My twigs and berries.
My twigs and berries. You fucked up my twigs and berries. Oh, Brian, did you get any good pre-orders in, Brian, or anything mail-wise? Like, I know you didn't go hunting, but
I got the John Wick.
oh, okay.
JD, let me know if you're interested in that still.
Okay.
And I completed my Figure Arts Age of Ultron Avengers,
There you go.
which I am looking forward to spending an afternoon redoing my MCU display. And then I'm going to see all the mistakes that I made because the shelf's probably not going to be big enough to set it up the way I want it to be. And I'm going to be like, oh, I never should have got all this. But, sometimes you don't realize your mistakes till you try to put them into practice. So we'll see how that goes. Frank wants to know for skipping the giveaway today since Dave is gone. And yes, we don't have anything to give away today. JD, is anything special going on mañana for show?
Yes, tomorrow. Yes.
Okay.
Tomorrow we will have giveaways.
Okay, tune in tomorrow for Gravy Time with JD and Chan and friends.
Super.
And there will be some. Is it My Action Figure Customs?
Yes.
All right. JD, do you know what you're going to be gravying tomorrow?
It's a secret.
Okay. All right.
It's a secret.
Pulling an ace. You just gotta wait and tune in.
Dude, I had so much fun on Figure Banging last week. That was a really fun episode.
It's good. It's a good time.
All right.
He's just kind of stalling.
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna come back.
I don't know if he's gonna make it.
He's not gonna make it.
That's all right. Hey, internet land. Gary says bye. He loves you.
We have a question from our friend Cobra Clan. You remember meeting him?
Yes,
At Reston?
absolutely.
He goes, "Yo, JD, ever consider painting Scarlet's hair broad red?"
I mean, darker, yeah. I'll probably do it at some point. I haven't yet. I haven't had time to really mess with any of it, but I'll probably do it.
Well,
Sam did a bunch of fucking gnarly ass modifications, like to his Joes as he was getting them.
Yeah, man, he's cutting them up, giving them greater than 90-degree elbow joints and stuff like that.
Yeah. He's killing it.
Actually, I don't know what I
Shout out to Sam,
my Scarlet. Just ran her
my
some
bathroom buddy.
bathroom buddy.
Yep. Every time I saw him at TFCon, we were either going into the bathroom or coming out of it.
Ooh.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
passing each other. You know what I mean? Or he was already in there, or I was already in there. It's like it was one of those things. Yep, same pee schedules. That's right. No, I think we just like each other that much, buddy.
What have you guys gotten your Sentinels yet?
No,
No, nope.
Are you gonna?
I
Mm,
guess.
maybe I don't know. I'm too concerned with GI Joes at this point and
Yeah.
Casey Jones and other turtle things.
I gotta pre-order my those other turtle set.
Yeah, I got to do that too.
Look at your graph there, buddy.
What's the total?
Graph time. Graph time.
What are we at here?
I have no idea. What is the total? Like 10? Is it still hovering around 10? Has it made it to 11 yet? Or no?
No, we're at 12,656.
There you go. You should do
See?
something
Whoa.
special for 15.
This is how you do it. Like, come on. This is how you pre-order shit. This is how you make sure everybody gets what they want.
This is called
It fucking
Finding
gets
the
rid of the
ceiling.
bots. It gets rid of the fucking scalpers biting off of your shit.
So this is interesting.
Yeah.
This has been like it's been going up by like
Oh.
10, like 100 to 10, something like that. But yesterday, it spiked like 500. That's interesting. Let's see what's going on there.
It's all those disappointed Joe fans that didn't get Joe's this past week, so they said, "Fuck you, I'm going Marvel Legends."
Oh, you think?
Yeah, that's the
Well,
spike.
not getting my Joes this month.
Fuck you, Joe's. Fuck you,
Throwing it into
Target.
that Sentinel.
Just
Maybe
to
a little-
put this,
Maybe a little turtles there too.
all right, and to put this in perspective, this light dotted, light dash blue line, that was the goal for the Sentinel right here.
Oh wow!
And
Talk about
Here's where they
overachievement.
It's doubled and some.
yeah, so it's pretty wild stuff. They broke 12,000. Obviously we had a big slowdown. I mean, if you look at these other ones, right? So the barge was at 8,800, and the Unicron supposedly made it to 1,100.
Brian, what if your graph is not big enough?
Oh well,
What if they
I've already
subtract-
had to adjust it. Yeah, this
Oh,
this
okay.
originally capped off at 12. No, but no, you can adjust them.
Okay. I figured as much. I just thought it would be funny.
No worries. But yeah, anyway, I'm still tracking it, people. So you never know how this data might come in handy in the future.
I want a portfolio that looks like this.
Night of Ren is paranoid. He doesn't want to be pocket wrenched again. He's like, yes, Night of Ren. Oh man. All right. Well, I don't think Gary's coming back, so we should end the show.
Fair enough.
Adios, amigos.
All right. Shout outs where you're at. What do you got?
I got another Star Wars joke.
Please don't.
All right.
Why was episode 4, 5, and 6 released before 1, 2,
7,
and
8.
3?
Oh, come on. Dom, you got it, right?
Because 7, 8, 9.
No.
No.
No?
No.
All right. Say again. Why was 4, 5, 6?
Why did episode 4, 5, and 6 release before episodes 1, 2, and 3?
Because I don't know.
You don't know? I'm
No.
stumping you. Finally,
Yeah.
I can finish my own joke.
Yes.
All right. Because in charge of directing, Yoda was.
Yeah, I never would have got that.
Yeah, never got that.
Oh man, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, JD Brochus on the Facebook groups, Pigment Surgery on Instagram and Xbox Live, Shelf Gravy everywhere else. And yeah, tomorrow night, check us out. It'll be like
Shelf gravy.
8:30, 9. Some live tutorial stuff. Maybe I'll break something for once.
Yay.
But waits for Ace to do it. Maybe we'll do it on my show. Purposely.
Keep him on the toilet. So
But I
keep
won't
him
tell
on
you
the
that.
toes.
Ah, no, I broke it.
Oh no.
Tom, where you at?
Find me on the groups, Dominic Russo, and here Tuesday nights with you guys.
All right. And you can find me at Brinkalizer on Instagram. And yeah, tune in tomorrow where we'll be doing some shelf gravy. That'll be a good time. And looking for button. Here it is. Toodles.
Bye bye.
Turtles.
Say it with me now. Really?